Hello, everyone. Jay here from Your Way Weight Loss. Hi, Alicia.
Oh, hey.
Okay, so just got a text from our producer for the event, and I just love all of his questions.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, he's like, have you locked in a song for when you walk in? When is your makeup? When is
Okay.
your hair? When is
Oh,
blah, blah,
fun
blah?
things.
Yeah,
Ooh, yes, yes,
yes
yes.
to everything, Paul. Um,
Um,
so
it's
our
funny that
event,
you say that because Neil's suits have arrived.
tell me everything now.
I don't know. I didn't open them. I wanted him to be able to open them, and I don't know if I want to.
Shut up. Open them right
No,
now. Oh my
I
God.
I want the people to. I want it to be a surprise because they're. Let's just say they're not suits from a regular suit store, guys.
Guys, we are so pumped for our event. It is 1 month away, October 29th. It's a ultimate girls night with us and our husbands as hosts. So Jeff
Oh,
and Neil are going to host this event with us. They're going to host the group of people watching online. So listen, everyone, you can purchase tickets to watch this virtually live, and also you'll have the recording. So if you can't watch it live, all is good. And we're at the same, so it's a hybrid event. It's legit like a show at the Capitol in Moncton, New Brunswick. We have sold close to 500 tickets. So 500 humans will be in the room, but you can also watch online. So there will be, hopefully, I'm hoping for 1,000 people online watching us, Leash.
I
These are my
mean,
goals.
you have some big goals, but who knows? So if you guys are listening to this podcast, obviously you enjoy our stuff, and if you enjoy this, you're going to enjoy that. So can I tell them what I would do if I was them?
Yes, please.
Buy your ticket. Invite your bestest girlfriends around, the ones that like make you feel good. There needs to be cocktails, snacks, and just like hunker down. You can decide to dress up, or you could decide to do jammies, or you could decide to, like, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be such a feel good event. And so Neil and Jeff will be hosting you when we're kind of doing our thing, and then we're gonna be hosting you when we're actually like obviously the show is on. But we have two amazing speakers. We have Erica Kramer, the Queen of Confidence. You need to follow her. She is going to make you feel like yes, girl.
You need to listen to her
And we have Nina
podcast.
Purewall. Yeah. And we have Nina Purewall, the one of the authors of Let That Shit Go, which is the book we're reading right now. And she's also going to talk about all of the amazing things to just make you feel empowered, positive, confident, happy.
Happy and to light a fire. And, we are keeping it's not going to be like deep, deep, deep because we know that it's a girls' night. You know what I mean? So it's not like, we're not going to go and dig right into your soul. We're just going to scratch the surface of your soul.
Yeah, exactly. Because we scratch the surface, and the next day when you're not maybe as tipsy, you'll watch it again.
Yes.
But we will be sending the recording to anyone that purchases a ticket, even in person. People will certainly take care of these people if they want to have access to the video. So we're pumped. We're pumped. Our event in January was so much fun, and
Oh.
so I don't know, man. It opened up another world for us.
It was bucket filling. It was like that sense of community. Like, I had people say, like, after that event, like, I finally took action with what I wanted, like, because that was the theme of our event in January, was taking action. And the theme of this event is choosing happiness, and we're going to talk about confidence, and we're going to talk about letting stuff go. And there is zero chance that you watch this event and you do not feel inspired after.
Oh yeah, no. And it's all like it's very, so basically why we're saying go and join us online is because chances are our in-person tickets are sold out by the time you guys listen to this. But and chances are most of you aren't in the area as well, right? So
Yeah.
all that to say, watch us online. It is like highly produced.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like it's good stuff. No, like it's not just like we're not live with an iPhone. No. We have a big production company doing this, and it was just such a success. And even I remember it had started for like 5 minutes and everyone's like, wow, this is worth my money, this is so professional, like I feel like I'm watching a real TV show. So this is so exciting. Tickets online are very well priced at $30. Sometimes I'm like, wow, huh? Like we really want volume. We love when a lot of people watch us.
And do you know what? It's part of what we want. We want to be
Yeah.
accessible to everyone. We do.
Mhm.
We want to be accessible. We think that you guys deserve this. So,
Yeah. So that's why we're making it so affordable. Okay.
yeah.
So today, oh, what a fun! I feel like I want to talk about this the whole
Oh,
podcast. But yeah. So, anyways, Paul just sent me those texts, and then you're getting the suit for Neil. I don't think like I'm basically avoiding the whole topic with Jeff
okay.
because like he's gonna be like, "Ugh." You know what I mean? He's gonna rock it. He's gonna love it. He did not say no, and that's how he says yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there's like a real rule against that motto in the world.
Not in my marriage. But yeah. So today we're talking about like kind of like okay, let's make it light and fluffy. Intermittent fasting.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be like I feel like we can make everything fluffy.
I mean, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
It's our
exactly. It's
podcast.
our podcast.
I actually love this topic. This is something that I could talk about all day. I have several points that I want to get to on this. We want to talk to you about what it is, what is the most popular way to do intermittent fasting, why we like it, what we don't like about it, and how we use it in our own lives.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think that for anyone listening, we should start with what it is. What is intermittent fasting? Go for it, Leash.
So, intermittent fasting is really simply put periods of time that you are not eating. And every single one of us does intermittent fasting because we go to sleep. So, the time it's basically just the amount of time between your last meal on one day and then your first meal the next day. That would be your fasting period. And it's one of those things that has a lot. Some people are like, those hardcore, they're in the intermittent fasting camps and they have very strict rules about when they do and do not eat. The most common type of intermittent fasting is 16 and 8. So 16 hours without eating and you're an 8-hour eating window. There's alternate day fasting where people fast one whole day and then consume calories the next day. There's every kind of variation you can imagine.
Why would one do this, Alicia?
At the end of the day, intermittent fasting is a tool that you can use to create a calorie deficit. The reason why, if people are successful with losing weight on intermittent fasting, we need you to know that there's no like magic in intermittent fasting. It is creating a calorie deficit.
So what we mean by that is that there's no magic that happens during the period of time that you're fasting, is that it's cutting the amount of hours that you're eating, therefore cutting the amount of calories you're eating, and it's helping you create a calorie deficit. But even saying it that way, like it's helping you do that, I'm like, but let's like also like it's not for everyone, and it might not be your choice to live that way as well. It's a lifestyle.
And honestly, this is a good chance to say if you are someone that has struggled with disordered eating at any point in your life, we do not recommend you try to use this strategy because it can be very triggering for people who have had any kind of disordered eating in the past. So for you, it's just not for you. Or if you're diabetic and you need to keep your blood sugar at a certain point, or if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding. So, this is not a strategy that is for everyone. If you're a child, like if you have kids, like it's different for them. Their body works different to ours. And I do want to say that you can also, especially if we're saying you can help you be in a calorie deficit, you could fast for one whole day and then legit not lose weight because you could consume 2 days worth of calories in one day. No problem.
Absolutely. And so that's what we say. Like, there's no magic in that window of fasting. And what you will be eating during the window of eating is very important. Like, that's also part of the weight loss process.
You
Do you
still need to be in a
in a
calorie
calorie
deficit in order to lose weight. Intermittent fasting is like one little tool that happens to be in a big toolbox. If you want to pick out that tool and use that and make that work for your life, amazing.
And like my dad, I try my best to it's like sometimes I'm like I don't even want to like
I
say
know.
anything. But he's like, it's simple. Just stop eating after 7 p.m. Okay. And I'm like, Dad, when you did that, okay, when you started to put that rule in your life to stop eating after 7, it created a calorie deficit because he lost weight. He lost like I'd say a good like 10 pounds doing that. And he thinks there's like magic behind that. I'm like, no, you just like cut calories. You could have cut calories at supper. You could just have a little less spaghetti when you're eating supper and still eat after 7 and still lose weight. So like I just don't like when we label anything. Let's be real, we're not big on labels. But I don't like when we label why we're overweight, like one thing, or labeling why we're losing weight as one thing, you know?
It just gives it so much power, and then it takes the power away from you. And you think, and then sometimes you think, oh, the only way I can lose weight is intermittent fasting, and
Yeah,
and
it's mostly
and
the noise that it creates.
the noise that it creates.
Yeah.
Okay, so what don't we like about intermittent fasting?
Well, for me right away, I don't like that I have a word for how I'm eating. So that I've always been that way. I don't need to like have a word that describes how I'm eating. I eat when I eat. Like I eat when I'm hungry. I eat. So like it's very interesting to me when you've how it's different for someone that's never been overweight trying to lose weight versus someone that was overweight trying to lose weight. It's like we need to have a word for what we're doing, how we're living our lives. What are you on? Are you on Atkins? And like I don't even know what these things are. I'm just going with it. But you get what I mean? Like, why do I have like keto, Atkins? I'm just Josie living life as Josie. I'm not intermittent fasting or keto or this. I don't know. Like I'm on the ice cream sandwich diet.
You need to stop
You
telling them that because people are going to start thinking that that's the secret.
I mean, it's my secret.
Not
Um,
anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, exactly. No, but that's what I dislike about it. It's like it's a rule. That's why we don't like it. It is a rule.
I was going to say the reason why we don't like the label intermittent fasting is the hard rules that go with it. And my only real problem with intermittent fasting is the hard rules. So, for example, if you're someone's like, nope, I need to eat in my 16, I need to fast for 16 hours. And you're like legit looking at the clock and it's like at 12:03 p.m. you can eat, but at 11:59 absolutely not. To me that is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not creating a really good relationship with your body. You're actually not listening to what it wants, and that's the part that you're not creating awareness. You're just you're like a robot and the time is telling you what you should be doing. It's like anything else with counting every single bite and being you're just not listening to who you want to be. You're just really just robotic and into numbers.
I was just going to say, and just focusing on whenever you're so focused on any number, whether it's total number of calories, total number of weight you're going to lose, total number of hours you're fasting for, there's other things that you're missing.
Yeah.
The focus becomes on the number and you're missing other things like your hunger cues, your happiness. What if someone invites you to brunch? What do you say?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm intermittent fasting. Like, ah,
And you know what though, Leash? I know someone that intermittent fasts 24. So
okay.
20 hours and 4 hours of eating.
Okay.
Okay. That's intense though. Okay.
Very much so.
And I've seen that person come to lunch and just drink a black coffee.
Okay.
And they've been doing that for a freaking long time. And they say they've never felt better and whatever. I mean, time will tell, but they have been doing it for a long time. So for them, and that's such a minority, that is
Yes.
not our clientele, that is not our people.
No.
And this is not like a mom, it's also a man. Like I feel like it's just like different, but he's a human that decided to do this. And it's really who he wanted to be. But I could not imagine going to work and not being able to eat before 2 p.m. You have to wake up and go. But he's like so used to it. Keep drinking coffee, keeps drinking water, doing his thing. And I'm like, I'm not like, oh my God, you're so inspirational. Like, I'm just like, I would not want to do that. I'm going to carry on doing my thing. So that's also like something that you need to realize is I know this is almost like a different conversation, but not really, is that you see so many people doing things on social media for their results and for their weight loss. And you need to find yourself in things that inspire you and things that do not inspire you. Even if they have the amazing body that comes with it, the way they live their life does not inspire you.
Exactly. And this is just one of those things that I think some people, I don't know, they think it has to be extreme or they don't realize that maybe it could work for them. And it could be an amazing tool for you if it works for you and your lifestyle, though.
And I want to say this. I'm thinking of Jordan Syatt right now. I'm thinking of James Smith, all these like calorie deficit intense people, like kind of like we are. They're really not for intermittent fasting. Like they clearly like put it on their social media. And I'm like, anyone that's really into calorie deficit and really understands how that can be powerful and so empowering. Like it's so empowering once you know that it takes away the carbs for supper and the intermittent and like all those like rules. I feel like if we can teach the humans listening how this all works, I think most of them would just say, "I just want to eat when I'm hungry." Isn't that what the humans want?
I
Like
think it is
who?
what I think it is. I do need to tell you something though. Well, first I should tell you that I had another great dream about James Smith last night.
Okay, now you have to tell us
I
everything about
Oh, I
that.
can't. It's not. We would have to rate our podcast a different rating.
Oh, was it good?
So good.
Oh,
Um
nah, the dreams I have with him. What is happening? I don't even see his like social platform all the time. And like he's still one of the top ones in my head
so actually he was talking the other day about it was
in
almost
your
like
dream.
he about about intermittent fasting. And he was basically saying, when I want to cut, because he doesn't always want to lose weight, but he kind of goes through periods where he gets a bit fluffy and then he cuts. He goes, I basically use intermittent fasting. But it was almost like he said, like, but you guys can't handle that information. Like I can't tell you that because you like can't handle it. But he would be like us. He wouldn't do it like must do this hour. He just said like I would like to wait until I'm actually really hungry to eat when I'm trying to create a calorie deficit in my life because it just makes sense. And he also said, I want to eat a really nice big supper. I want to maybe if I want to go to a restaurant and eat a ton, I might do intermittent fasting that day. So it's like a tool that he knows is there and he can use to make a calorie deficit in his life.
Yes. Okay. People need to understand. Okay. You just, I mean, sometimes we say that and it kind of like is like it's easy, but you just have to be in a calorie deficit. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's only easy when you do it your way. And the only way you can do it your way is recognizing that every day it changes. Your life changes. So you need to have a bunch of tools.
Yes.
Not just one way of doing it. You need to have a bunch.
Oh my gosh,
A
that's
few
good.
tools when you're on vacation, a few tools when it's like a Monday 9 to 5 lifestyle, a few tools on weekends. Like you need to have a bunch of shit to do and to use to help your calorie deficit.
Okay, you need to like write that down somewhere. That was really good because that when people are following a diet, they only have a strategy for the Monday 9 to 5. That's it. That's all they have and that's the only time that they can be successful with it. So when they're busy, when a kid is sick, when they're on vacation, when they go to dinner, when they're exhausted, all of these things, we need a billion tools and then you start to realize that there is not one cookie cutter day perfect thing that you legit could have the best day ever that you like classify as far as like, oh, I moved my body. I drank my water. I didn't feel hungry. I got it. I figured out the formula. It's perfect. And then the next day, it's
You're
like when you have
so
a new,
hungry, it's 8:30 a.m. and you can't make it to your noon, deadline. So
it's,
like what do you do? Like
you adjust.
exactly. So when people say like, that's why we don't like rules because, and it's so, and people like can't lose weight if I don't have rules. That's BS. You haven't experimented and given it time, and you have not been able to lose weight being yourself. So it needs to feel different. It needs to be different. I just went live leash on our community group and I said, I'm checking in. Are you putting yourself on your own diet now? Like, is that what you're doing? Like, and here are some cues on that you are. Well, you still very much feel like you're on a diet. It feels like the exact same times as all the other times you've ever tried to lose weight. It should feel different. You should be thinking differently. You should feel like it's not as hard as it usually is. That's how you know that you're learning and experimenting a new way of doing it. But if it feels the exact same way as all the other times, then you're just putting yourself on those rules that you had in the diet industry.
Absolutely. Jose. One more thing I do want to say about intermittent fasting, guys, is there are lots of like reports of like it being beneficial to your health. That is not our area of expertise. That is not where we specialize. So, some people say it's really good for like your gut health because it gives your body a chance to like not be digesting food all the time. Like digesting food takes a lot of effort and energy and is hard on our organs. So maybe it gives them a break, but we're really not speaking to that. We are really just talking about weight loss when it comes to intermittent fasting. So I wanted to just really separate them because they are two different conversations. Weight loss and health benefits of intermittent fasting are two separate conversations.
Right. Nope, you're right. Okay, everyone. So I guess we can finish with saying, like, I do not consider myself an intermittent faster, although somewhat, because I drink coffee, because I grab Dia's bagel before throwing it out, because intermittent fasting is when you're a intense intermittent faster, you are allowed 0 calories. You can't even lick the spoon. Okay, you guys. So obviously, I am not living that life. That is not attractive to me. That does not make me happy, and it's not who I want to be. So right there, that's why I would not consider myself an intermittent faster. Although my first meal is around 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. So someone else could be like, doesn't eat breakfast, blah, blah, blah. No, but I have tons of coffee with tons of creamer and I have tons of bites at breakfast. And like, so I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah. And similar to me, I would not like we would get kicked out of the intermittent fasting camp. Like they'd be like, nope, yeah, you do not qualify. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Because I'm not willing to drink black coffee. That's so I put creamer in my coffee. I have my zero clue how many hours I fast for as well. I have never calculated how many total hours I fast for. I eat my first meal of the day when I'm hungry, and then I eat my last meal of the day. Most often it's supper. If I am hungry, guess what I do?
You eat at night.
I eat at night.
Yeah.
Couple times a month, I'm genuinely hungry, or I just want to because I'm out doing fun things.
Exactly. Oh, I love us.
So easy to be us.
Oh, so easy to be us. Like so simple, no drama, no etiquette, no labeling, just living our lives. Like the other people that have never had a weight loss problem and did not have to go through the diet industry, they are not etiquetted. Jeff is not on keto or this. He's just living his Jeff life. Well, I want to live my Jose life. And it's pretty great.
Does Jeff eat breakfast?
He does when he like during the week. He does eat breakfast. Yes. Sometimes he forgets because he's not hungry. And because he doesn't have that connection, he eats a bowl of cereal every morning. Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
And then he doesn't snack. He has three meals. Like goes to lunch. I don't even know what he does for lunch, and then gets home for supper. I know he does not snack because he doesn't have access to a snack. And at night around 10 p.m., he has another food. He eats like 4 times a day. Okay. Yeah. See, I am a grabber. He doesn't grab bites at breakfast. He eats his thing. He doesn't grab bites at supper or whatever. Like I'm the grabber and I eat 17 times a day. You get what I mean? So I know that that's part of my personality. He thinks that the kids' food is disgusting. I think it's delicious. There you go.
You're finding your way.
I'm finding my way and I figured it out, you guys. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you feel a little bit more knowledgeable on intermittent fasting and you can find your way or your place in this conversation. Follow us everywhere. TikTok, Facebook. We haven't done one of these in a long time, our little endings. Follow us everywhere. Tell your friends about us. That's how you support us and we appreciate it so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.